Hey everyone, it's little Lollycat here, and I know it's been a while since I said I would do this and people have been pestering me, but I did finally get the booties and the mittens, and I got the new style dip covers from Straitjacket shop and a nurse's dress which will have its own little thing. Yeah! So, here is finally my review for the Straitjacket shop booties, which are these things because I got them in mint. And they are ridiculously comfy. as in I have worn booties. You get booties. Usually they're not so padded, for one thing. These ones are, as you can see, very padded. They do have a fleece version as well, and they have a version that doesn't have this kind of lock, but obviously I have the ones with the lock. And I will say this is about the only design flaw I would see in this entire thing is the lock, because seriously, when you put them on, you don't need a lock on them to keep them on someone. They're not going to take them off. It's like walking on clouds. It's so soft and gentle and puffy and warm. And the mister shakes his head at me while laughing, but it is true. Like, literally, I got put in them to sleep along with the mittens, and in the morning he took the mittens off but forgot to unlock these, and I didn't know where he had put the key for them. So I basically walked around the entire day in these, just not really particularly caring. And I was sewing and everything as well, so I was in fact using my feet, and it was just so soft and comfy. They're just like an amazing pair of slippers. Seriously. Well, that's what booties are. They are an amazing pair of slippers. An amazing pair of slippers. He doesn't know what to do because we don't have the camera on the microphone, because usually I cut between the two cameras when I speak, and if he talks I switch it to that camera, so you'll notice the difference in quality. But currently that microphone is not charged, so he's just sitting there going, I don't know what to do or say, while pulling faces. Yes. So I will leave a link down below. They are amazing and worth every penny just because of how comfortable they are, how well made they are as well. I will say they have straps and stuff on them, as you can see, and I'm always a bit suspicious with straps because obviously there's only so much they can take, but when someone can drag you with the strap, then it's probably a good sign that it's very well made and it's a really sturdy fabric, which I can safely say I have been dragged across with these. In fact, I have been lifted up by most of the things that have been made by the Straitjacket shop, and I mean, I'm not too heavy, but I'm still quite heavy for a small person. So that on itself is quite impressive. Yes. They're so soft. Yeah, but basically they come in different versions. This one obviously has this kind of lock, which I will say I can understand why they use these locks. There are very few things that don't use just like a standard padlock, but comfort-wise these are ridiculous because you don't have the thing dangling behind you or catching anything, because obviously it is a lot smoother. And you get the cool thing with the red key, as you can see here, where you just go, ah, if I do it right, because apparently I'm really clumsy. See? And obviously this all flicks out and is actually removable as well, which is very helpful. And yeah, it's quite funky because it's just a magnetic lock. Gladly we have a couple of these now, which I guess will be helpful if I ever do something stupid and lose it, which is always a risk with me. I am quite clumsy at misplacing things. Yes. So I will also say, because I have worn these ones so much, they actually do have, as you can see, they've slightly changed colour on the bottom, but these have also been washed already, so they have actually held up after a wash. They haven't particularly shrunk or anything as well, which honestly I have had issues before when I've bought things where I'll get something, I'll wear it a few times, I'll absolutely adore it, put it in the wash, and I'm not mean with my washes. I tend to do like lower temperatures and stuff like that, so nothing should theoretically shrink, and then somehow something weird usually happens to it where it gets Either I accidentally dye it or the lining and stuff shrinks, and when that happens obviously it's a lot more uncomfortable. But these don't seem to have done that. I even put them in the tumble dryer and they've held up really, really well. I will say in the tumble dryer I put them at low heat, low RPM for a short while, and then I basically left them on top of the radiators to dry after that, but they were mostly dry by that point anyway. But yeah, these are the Straitjacket shop booties, and seriously, I do recommend them. They are ridiculously comfy. This way? This way. Yes. Ridiculously comfy. And they look a bit less like clown shoes when they're on you. Because yes. I should do them up. He says I should. So, very simple. You hook it for here, take the magnet off. For some reason I always struggle with the magnet. I am not the best with the magnet. Push the bar through and then put it back on. And then there's this bit here where you can flap it through if you're thingy enough.
I think you've got it on the wrong foot.
If I do? I did try and work it out. But no, because this goes in. Does it go inside? It might go inside. Yeah. Stop with the judgment. I may have it on the wrong foot. Okay? This is why I'm not trusted to do these things on my own. And then he trusted me to do it on my own, and it's entirely his fault, I say. Yes, that's how it works. Entirely his fault. There we go. I'm putting it on the right foot now. Well, the left foot. Badumcha. There. So yes. I believe there are about £86 for a set. They come in the fleece ones, these ones that are lockable, and another set that aren't. I think they've just got the standard straps instead of the locks on them. And they come in different colours, they're all pretty pastels, which is always a plus. But seriously, these are so ridiculously comfortable. Obviously the Straitjacket shop pushes a little bit more towards medical since it is straitjackets and stuff, but I think the booties and the mittens are very much ABDL related, and I think people very much, obviously, there are a lot of people like me who have a soft spot for the shop. So yeah, I will leave a link down below, and bye everyone!